This is when I actually invested. And trust me, today the funds that I'd invested, the stocks that I'd invested, in fact, stocks have not only doubled, obviously at this time we are worried. And let me show you how the market looks now. यहाँ पर इतना फर्क क्यों है? ये 9% और 16.6% क्यों? इतना फर्क क्यों है? Why this huge gap? This tells that the more the markets fall, higher will be the difference. This is the reason why there's a huge difference in the returns. And निवेश करते रहोगे, आप रेगुलरली निवेश करते रहोगे, तो आपका क्या होगा? आपके रिटर्न्स क्या आएंगे? So if you had invested here in November 2007, and if you had stayed invested, what could be the returns? आपको थोड़ा इंतजार करना होगा to understand this concept that I want to teach you today. So hello and welcome back to my channel, where you will find tips for investing and also to build your relationships. And I'll be covering a lot of important topics that matter to us as families, especially in building wealth. So यहाँ पर आपको मिलेगा सही ज्ञान निवेश करने के लिए और अपने रिश्ते को बढ़ाने के लिए, आपके मैरिज के रिश्ते को. So I am Frankie Fernandez. I'm a certified financial planner. I have got 30 years of experience in the financial services industry, and I'm also a marriage coach. And I've recently published my new book, Harmony and Money. I'll talk a little bit about the book sometime later. But today, we're going to deal with a very important, interesting topic. The markets are falling. The sentiments are low. Sentiments are weak. People are worried. And in the middle of all this, I want to tell you today that you can gain long-term wealth, a lot of wealth, if you just stay calm and quiet and do few things which I'm going to talk to you in this video, right? So this is where today we will learn that how to grow your wealth, how to grow your wealth, how to gain returns long-term using these falling markets. And I'm going to talk to you on mutual funds and also a little bit on stocks. Although I'm not an expert on stocks, but still I will talk a little bit on stocks and a lot more on mutual funds. So let's get into today's video. Take a pen, take a notebook, and preferably sit with your wife so that both of you can learn and you can empower each other. And by the end of this video, you would have got some important ideas on investing. You can also refer to a lot of my previous videos. मैंने काफी सारे वीडियोस किए हैं म्यूचुअल फंड्स पे, एसेट एलोकेशंस पे और एसआईपीस पे. सो बहुत सारे वीडियोस है, आप देख सकते हो सभी वीडियोस. मेरे चैनल का लिंक है, मैंने दिया है इधर चैनल का लिंक, आप जा सकते हो वहां पर और आप जान लीजिए ये सारे जो इन्वेस्टमेंट करने की, जो निवेश करने के लिए जो भी है, जो सही तरीके हैं वो मैंने बताए हैं. Okay, so let's get into today's video. So in this video, we will have a few things that we will see. We will look at the markets, the stock markets, BSE Sensitive Index, BSE Sensex, right from November 2007, when it was at its peak, and till November 2024. So the analysis will be from 2007 to 2024. मतलब हम जो भी analyze करेंगे, markets versus market returns versus other returns, हम नवंबर 2007 से लेकर नवंबर 2024 तक करेंगे. Yeah, so let's take a look at a chart that I'm going to share with you. So here, if you look at the markets from 2007 till 2024 November, which is here. So we are looking at here 2007, and here we're looking at November 2021. Then we are looking at September 2018. Then we are seeing March 2015, and we are looking at November 2007. Now, this is the I picked up the peaks just to show you, to illustrate to you a point that if you had invested here, what would be the return? मतलब आप अगर इन डेट्स पर इन्वेस्ट किए होते तो क्या होता आपका रिटर्न्स, राइट? So So if you had invested here in November 2007, and if it had if you had stayed invested, what could be the returns? You would have by now today, not at the peak, but here you would have got 8.39%. Okay. Had the market been here, it would have been much more. But we're just looking at what it is now, right now. And if you'd invested in March 2015, today the returns would be 11.12%. If you had invested again here in September 2018, here, so till here, it is still here, your returns would be 11.86. And if you had invested in 2021, that is when the market was 59,919, here, your returns would be 9%. मतलब आप अगर इन डेट्स में इन्वेस्ट किए होते आपने 2007 में या मार्च 2015 या सितंबर 2018 या नवंबर 2021, आपके इतने रिटर्न्स होते, मतलब सेंसेक्स में, इंडेक्स में आप अगर इन्वेस्ट किए होते तो आपको इतना मिलता. मगर ये ध्यान में रखना है हमको कि रिमेंबर दैट यू हैड इन्वेस्टेड एट द पीक, एंड दिस इज वेयर. So from 19724 to 7754 now. Now I'm going to show you something where if you had been a regular investor who had never stopped investing, whether the markets go up or down, आप निवेश करते रहोगे, आप रेगुलरली निवेश करते रहोगे, तो आपका क्या होगा, आपके रिटर्न्स क्या आएंगे? एंड दैट्स व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू शो यू राइट नाउ. What would have been your returns if you had been a regular investor all these years? So if you had been a regular investor in all these years, see the difference in returns. Where Sensex has given 8.39%, the large cap fund has given 12.81%, more than 4%. So over these in the last 17 years, and a flexi cap, which has got a little element of mid cap and small cap, would have given 16.27% returns. Now, what does this mean really? What is the difference between 8.39 and 12.81%? So just to help you understand what is the difference between these returns, 8.39 versus 12.81 versus 16.27. What does it mean? 1 lakh rupees if was invested in the Sensex, it would have given around 3.93 lakhs, right? But if we had got a return of 12.81, which some funds have given 16.27, this would be the returns. There's a big difference. मतलब 1 लाख आप अगर निवेश किए होते, उनका रिटर्न्स अगर कंपेयर करोगे 12.81 और 16.27, उसका मतलब ये है. But the fact of the matter is, we would have never got these returns, even in the fund. Why? Let me explain. So even if you had invested in the large cap and flexi cap here and withdrawn here, you would have got slightly more than the Sensex. So you wouldn't have got these returns. That means 7 lakh and 12 lakh. It would have been impossible to get. Why? What is the reason? And the reason is that what you had invested here would stay here and you would see the returns here. But if you are a regular investor in the market, you are constantly investing, which means you are doing SIPs, systematic investment plans. If you are doing that, then your money is invested here, it's invested here, it's invested here, it's invested both in the highs and the lows. It's invested in the highs and it is invested in the lows. It is invested in the highs and it is also invested in the lows. The highs and the lows, highs and the lows. This is the reason why there's a huge difference in the returns. And I'm sure you may be thinking, yes, I know that, it's intuitive. There's a big difference between 8.39, 12.81, 16.27. 11.12, 13.37, 11.86, 16.38, 9%, and 16%. See the difference. This tells that the more the markets fall, higher will be the difference. The gap will be here higher. For example, in 2020, in यहां पर इतना फर्क क्यों है? ये 9% और 16.6% क्यों, इतना फर्क क्यों है? Why this huge gap? It is because of the 2020 fall. There's a huge fall because because of these falls, the returns that you get eventually are higher. Now you may be thinking, oh, what is a big deal? I can always invest here on the bottoms and my returns will always be good. But can you ever predict? Did you ever predict when the market was up here? Did you ever predict it will go down in November, in October and November? किसने सोचा था कि मार्केट्स इतने गिरेंगे, क्रैश हो जाएंगे? Correct? Nobody thought. So if you invest regularly, systematically, you take an advantage of the ups and downs, the ups and downs. And I'll show you with some examples what do I mean by these ups and downs. And eventually, what am I trying to tell you? I want you to wait and hang on. आपको आपको थोड़ा इंतजार करना होगा to understand this concept that I want to teach you today. So remember one thing. This is something that you have to remember all your life. Whatever people may say, whatever knowledgeable people, experts may tell. But let me tell you what I have heard from experts. Expert fund managers. They all say that you never know when the market goes up, when the market goes down. You can never time the market. हर कोई जो जो अच्छे फंड मैनेजर्स हैं वही यही कहते हैं कि कभी भी मार्केट को टाइम मत कीजिएगा. आप लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर बन के ही रहिए. आप लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर ही आपको रहना है. So when you are a long term investor, you don't time the market. You don't know. In fact, what happened in October 2024? Nobody predicted. किसी ने भी ये नहीं सोचा था कि अरे मार्केट्स गिर जाएंगे, इतने गिरेंगे मार्केट. Till September, things were all fine. In fact, in the last few years, couple of years, markets are going up. So you can never predict the market. This is number one lesson you have to learn. Don't listen to anybody. Number two, but what is in your control? And that is what is important, that you always stay invested. Do regularly investing. SIP, systematic investment plan. Keep regularly investing. SIP पे आप पूरा भरोसा कीजिए, क्योंकि what you're doing is you're taking advantage of the ups and downs, especially the downs. So let me share with you how it works to your advantage. Let's look at an Excel sheet I'm going to share with you. So now take a look at this. This is the chart. This is from August 2019 to November 2024. And I want you to look at here, right? This is the market fall. Now, you do not know. If you see here, the market is actually rising. It is actually going up. It is going up. And there's always the excitement of investing. And this is where a lot of people start investing. Actually, they increase their investments. And then the market fell. Many sold their stocks and their mutual funds. इस जगह पर काफी सारे लोग इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, बहुत निवेश करते हैं, क्योंकि वो लोग देखते हैं कि अरे मार्केट्स ऊपर जा रही है. अभी भी वही हो रहा है. इनफैक्ट दिस ईयर इस साल यही हुआ. सब लोग निवेश कर रहे हैं, सब लोग, क्योंकि बहुत एक्साइटमेंट है. बट यहां पर आने के बाद काफी लोगों ने बेच दिए. Now, this is where it's a big problem, and I want to tell you today how you can capitalize on this and actually make far more money, far more wealth. And I want to show you that Excel where the funds, when you invest regularly, right? So if you are investing 10,000 here, you're investing 10 You're investing 10 here. You're investing 10 here. You're investing 10 here. You're investing 10 here. You're investing all the while 10,000 or 5,000, whatever. You keep investing. You're not worried whether the market is going up or down. But this is where you can grab the opportunity. Actually, again, you do not know. You are not timing the market. But this is the time when, this is when the sentiments are very high. Everybody is excited. सब लोग निवेश करना चाहते हैं. लेकिन when the market falls for a prolonged period, just like now, in fact, in the last 1.5 months, the market is only falling. Markets are only falling. So, what do you do during this time when the markets are weak, sentiments are weak? Globally, the markets are not doing well. India में markets ठीक नहीं हैं. Globally भी markets गिर रहे हैं. So the sentiments are low, and I want to show you that Excel sheet. Now, if you look at this, this is where the market is falling, and if you see here, from 468, it went up to 471 NAV. You got 21 units, but then the market fell, and you got, if you see this, all these three here. In fact, the market was till here, it never reached 468. You continued, here you got 21 units, here you got 30, 27, 25, 24, 24, 22, 22. You only got more units. आपको अप्रैल से लेकर नवंबर तक आपको ज्यादा यूनिट्स मिले, क्योंकि मार्केट लो थी, मार्केट डाउन थी, और एनएवीज भी लो थे. यहां पर भी वही हुआ है. इफ यू सी हियर, द सेम थिंग इज हैपेंड. 16 units, and you, same thing, you continue to get, here you got 16 units, and then you got 24, 22, 20, 19, 18. You continue to get higher units, both in flexi cap and the large cap. And this is where you gain the maximum. Now remember, this is the time when the sentiments were low. This is the time when everybody was fearing. And this is the time when you can actually take advantage. Of course, if you're doing your SIPs, continue your SIPs. Never stop your SIPs. Remember, these are the times when you gained a lot. These units will actually help you a lot. They'll give you a lot more in later, because each unit multiplied by the latest NAV, will give you higher value. Now, how do you capitalize this? And that is what I want to share with you. So let me take you through this example. Now, these are the same funds. This is the large cap fund, and this is the flexi cap fund. Let's assume that you started investing in January 2020. The NAV was for 471, and 10,000 divided by 471, you get 21 units. And same here, you get 16 units. Now here, if you see, if you kept investing 10,000 rupees in 2020, and 4 years later, today, you would have 9 lakhs, and here you would have around 10 lakhs, 11 lakhs, correct? So what if the markets had not fallen? Let's assume that the markets had not fallen. How much you would not have gained? So let's take this NAV and keep it same here. And let this take this NAV and keep it same. Let's assume that the market never fell. You know what you would have lost? That means you have gained 32,000 just because the market fell. And here you've gained 41,000 because the market fell. This is what I was telling. यही मैं बता रहा था कि जब मार्केट गिरते हैं और आप जब निवेश करते हो तो उसमें सबसे ज्यादा फायदा है. That means in 8,73,000 you've got 32,950 divided by 873. You got 4% extra. You got 3%. You got extra just because the market fell. Now, I just want to throw you some idea here. What if you had, in these downturn, when the market is falling, you know that the markets are weak. What if you had doubled down, which means if you had taken the risk and invested more? or increased your SIP from 10,000 to 20,000 or 10,000 to 15,000, what would have happened? You would have got you would have got 4% more, plus you would have got another 4% because you increased your SIPs, right? You would have definitely got more just by showing courage and investing. So when the markets actually fell in March 2020, April, they were down. This is when I made a decision. I was working in a mutual fund and I had seen the markets ups and downs for the last 20, 25 years. So I knew that the market will come up and I did not need the money for the next 10, 15 years. So what did I do? I continued with my SIPs. मैंने मेरे SIPs बंद नहीं किए. मैं SIPs में निवेश करता गया. I also invested a lot of my debt and my cash, liquid cash, into stock markets, and I increased my investments in the mutual funds. Another thing I did is I made some changes in terms of what I should and what I should redeem. So that is when I took all my funds which were not doing so well, I sold them, redeemed them, and I started investing in new funds, top performing funds at that time. And the funds which are not performing for a long time, I redeemed them. So I made a lot of changes during this. When the markets were low, people were feeling low. This is when I actually invested. And trust me, today the funds that I'd invested, the stocks that I'd invested, in fact, stocks have not only doubled, tripled, quadrupled. Some of my stocks have much more, they've gone. Overall, the money that I invested then had actually now 4 times the investments, those investments. I made that decision. I took that courage because I knew that COVID will not last forever. It'll be there for a year or two. And I had cash, I had money, and I had also money in the debt bonds, which I moved them into equities. And that is what I did. Now, where are we right now in terms of the market? Obviously, at this time, we are worried. And let me show you how the market looks now and what can you and I do. So in the last 1 year, how has the market been looking? In fact, in the last 2 3 years, 2 years, the markets have been going up. Let's take a look at this last 1 year. How does the market look? Market is actually going up. Market is actually going up. Here it is going up, up, up. So if you see that the market is only going up from 65,000, it has gone up to 85,000. But now the market is crashed. And this is for the last 1.5 months. What does this tell us? So we've only experienced in the last, especially from 2020 to now, we've only experienced markets going up and up. And now the markets are going down. So what are the sentiments like? Is there fear or is there greed? Are people trying to invest, or people are afraid? Many have lost. Intraday traders, FNOs, probably, and also a lot of those who had a lot of invested into equities, they have lost. So this is the time I want you to watch my video on asset allocation. You'll see the thumbnail and the title of this asset allocation. Please this. This will help you understand and appreciate that how you should have an asset allocation. And so right now, the market is going down. The sentiments are low, right? Number one, continue with your SIPs. And one more recommendation I can give you is at this time, exactly what I did in 2020. I continued my SIPs. I redeemed the funds that were not doing too well. I replaced them with good funds and I increased my investments in mutual funds. I did lump sum. I invested more in the markets, mutual funds, and the stock markets. I increased. And I would recommend that this is the time when you need to talk to your mutual fund advisor, talk to your financial advisor, and increase your SIPs, because this is the most rewarding time. Will the markets go down further? I do not know. Will the markets go up? I don't know. Right now, the sentiments tell that markets may go down further or may stay this. There are all indications that the markets may not come up soon, because in the last 1.5 months, it's only falling from the peak of 85,000. Now it is probably 77,000. It is sliding down and down. And what am I doing? As a mutual fund advisor and as somebody who's known the markets a lot, I'm actually moving from debt from my bond funds into equities. If you watch my video, I have said that I've actually shared my asset allocation was 60% equities, 40% debt. And now, because because the markets have fallen, क्योंकि markets गिर रहे हैं, मेरी जो allocation है from 60, it has come down probably 57, 58%. And my bonds have gone up to 42%. So best thing I want to do is move from bonds into equities. Please talk to your advisor. This is just my opinion. This is what I'm planning to do. And what am I planning to do with my stocks? I don't invest too much in stocks. I'm not an expert. I don't have a lot of money in stocks. Probably 20% of my equity investment is into stocks, and the 80% is into mutual funds. So, what am I doing with my stocks? In fact, this is the time I'm taking a relook at all my stocks, because this is the time I believe I should get rid of poor quality stocks and only have good stocks, good quality stocks, stocks that are strong, withstand the weather, and will keep going up. Because the poor quality stocks, if I get rid of them and I get them with good stocks, from here, in the next 5 years, 10 years, these stocks will do well. And SIP allocation, as you increase or you invest more into mutual funds, those will give you good returns. And what if you have got lump sum? So my advice is that invest just like SIP, probably not like an SIP or 10,000, 20,000. If you have a few lakhs, stagger it for the next 1 or 2 months. I don't know how the markets will be, but now I feel is the most rewarding time, because sentiments are poor, sentiments are low, and it could be far more rewarding. Currently, if you see here, now from the peak, it has come down. I don't know how the markets, it may go down further, or it may actually slightly go up. I don't know. But what if the markets going down and they continue to go down further? The SIPs that you're going to allocate here will be the most rewarding. Why? Because eventually the market will come up. It will come up to this level and it will even go up beyond this, probably to 90, 1 lakh. How am I predicting this? Yes, because that is the way the market has been. If you look at this is what it looked like. But eventually it went up. It went up, it went up, it went up. Now, why am I confident that the markets will only go up? It's very simple. The markets will only behave like the companies. And as long as you and I continue to buy products and services in our country, as long as we keep buying and using, keep buying t-shirts, toothpaste, soap, petrol, laptops, paints, construction, as long as we keep buying things, our markets will do well. And our economy is a strong economy. It is getting stronger and it is doing very well. So eventually this will go up. So if you have money for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, अगर आपके पास पैसे हैं, क्या आप निवेश कर सकते हो, और आपको ये 5, 10, 15, 20 साल तक नहीं चाहिए, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऑल योर फाइनेंशियल गोल्स, योर रिटायरमेंट, चिल्ड्रंस एजुकेशन, योर चिल्ड्रंस मैरिज, buying house, car, whatever. If you have goals which are 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, this is the best time. And this is the most rewarding time, because the markets are right now down. And it could be far more rewarding. Again, I do not know. We are not timing the market. As I said, continue with your SIPs. SIPs में निवेश करते रहो हर महीने, और आपके पास लमसम है तो आप स्टैगर कीजिए। आपके पास स्टॉक्स है तो आप एक्चुअली इस वक्त देख सकते हैं कौन से अच्छे स्टॉक्स है, कौन से बुरे स्टॉक्स हैं, और जो पुअर क्वालिटी स्टॉक्स है उनको आप रिप्लेस कीजिए अच्छे स्टॉक्स के साथ, क्योंकि यह वक्त है जब ये सब चेंजेस कर सकते हैं। एक बार मार्केट ऊपर गई, इफ द मार्केट इज हाई, यू कांट मेक टू मेनी चेंजेस। सो आई बिलीव you can make long term gains from this falling stock markets, and it's in your hands. You will have to take that courage and increase your SIP. It won't go wrong. Even if the markets go up, you don't lose. But if the markets go down, you benefit a lot more. And I have experienced this in my own life. I have 30 years in the market. I have seen the markets behave like this. And I knew that one day the market will fall, will crash. Maybe it does not crash now, but it is the sentiments are poor. So I hope you understood the essence of this session, the essence of this video. Right now is a good time to increase your SIP allocation, because because the way things are, the markets may take a while before it goes up. If it goes up, great for you. Anyway, we all love to see the markets go up. But if the market continues to go down, then the best thing is to put more into equities, from debt into equities, liquid cash into equities, from your salary, that extra savings into equities for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. If you're a young family between 13 and 40, 30 and 40, this is the best time to grow your wealth. When you are at my age, around 50 plus, you would have actually seen many more cycles like this, and you will see your wealth grow. So thank you for staying till the end and watching this. If you have not subscribed to this video, I encourage you to subscribe and be a part of this channel. I'll continue to share videos which will help you grow your wealth and also your relationship. And yes, do check on my new book in Amazon, Harmony and Money. Right? So bye for now. And if you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you want to share something, share in the comment box. Let me know how you like this video. So if you like this video, give a like. And if you want to comment, please comment in the comment box. If you like this video, didn't like this video, why you like this video, what do you think about this video, and what this video lacked. And let me know what you would like to know in the future. Let me know in the comment box. I'll keep producing such videos which will help you and your family. Bye for now. Thank you.